Hello, I am back again, believe it or not. Um, I'm here for another video, and I got lots of stuff to tell you, and I hope I have some interesting things to show you. Hopefully you stay to the end, because I have a big announcement at the end. But I just thought I would pop on here and show you some things I'm thinking of and working on, and I want to say plans for the future, but I don't get a lot of stitching time. So hopefully we won't have a lot of interruptions. I have a lot of work to do this afternoon. So, I guess let's get going. I have a new mug. This is from the Lincoln home in Springfield, Illinois. Last time I was on here, I was kind of in a rush. I had work to do, and we were leaving that afternoon because you know that I'm trying to hit all the American presidential sites and libraries and things, and I have a lot that I've seen and a big list to check off. So a few of us in my family took a long weekend, and we went to Springfield and did the Lincoln Museum and the Lincoln House there, which was amazing. The house was, in my opinion, better than the museum, although the museum's great. We drove to St. Louis for a day, took my son to the Arch and the aquarium. The aquarium was meh, but he'd never been to one. So, we kind of ate our way through Illinois and came home, and I can check the Lincoln stuff. There's a lot of Lincoln historical sites. So eventually I may hit a lot of them. Some of them I'm not sure that I will go out of my way to go to, but the biggie is in Springfield. And I know I have customers that order linen in Springfield, and we had a lot of fun. We were there for 3 nights, 4 days, and had a lot of good food and just kind of bummed around. There's not a ton to do there, but it's a cute little place. So, and it's the capital of Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So I got this mug because I love a souvenir shop, and I love pottery, and I love mugs. I'm going to show you. So I think it was last year or the year before, my middle daughter has gone with me on some road trips into some of these different historical sites. And she had said, I think it was last year, we were at the James Garfield house. And she had said, you should buy the same thing at every souvenir shop. Because I'm just, I love a good gift shop. And a lot of times I buy t-shirts and sweatshirts and things, and that's what I'll dye in and bum around the house in. And I will buy books, of course. I love buying the books in those historic places because a lot of times it's kind of decent ones that are kind of sanctioned by the sort of people that are well-versed in the person or house or area that I'm visiting. And my daughter had said, you should get an ornament at every spot. What did she say? An ornament, a magnet, because I have some magnets on my fridge, and a water bottle sticker, a sticker you can put on your water bottle. So I've been collecting them, and I already had some of that stuff from some of the other sites that I've been to. And so I went to Walmart after we got back looking for a new water bottle because I have some of the fancy brands. Believe it or not, some of the ones that I've gotten at Walmart actually keep my drink colder than some of the nicer brand cold drink cups. The only bummer thing is it's been a while since I've bought one there, and so many of them are styled like the Stanleys with the handle, which I didn't think I loved. But you know what? I end up using it a bit. It's pretty big, so it's, for your water, iced tea, soda, whatever cold drink you have. I always go to bed with a drink next to me. And so I thought this one was kind of cute. It's checkered. And I've got to pull out all of my presidential stickers and stick them on this. So I have a little, I don't know, fun mug. So I'm kind of liking it. I don't remember what the brand is. Whatever. It's from Walmart. They only have a couple brands there. It says, oh, here, it says SM on it. So that was a newer purchase. I didn't put the stickers on it because I was like, I'm going to put a cold drink in here and test if it keeps it cold, because I'm not wasting those stickers on a cup that I don't like. And I ended up liking it. So I've been using it for about a week, and I like it. I like it a lot. And I like the checkerboard. So I like checkerboard, plaid, all that stuff. So, what have I been working on? Well, I wasn't able to stitch a lot. On the trip, I did stitch in the car. My son made fun of me because I was watching Lincoln documentaries on the way in the back seat with him, and I was stitching on the roof of Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. So I'm not going to show it because it was just fill-in, but I did get a few hours of roof stitched, which was very nice. I haven't had any stitching since then because I've been pretty busy. But I don't know. I'm kind of hoping I get some in this weekend. So I pulled some things that I thought I would show you. One of the things I've been trying to do is clean out, I have no space in my house. I've been trying to clean out closets and get organized and purge a little, and, winter is coming and you're in the house a lot more, and it's kind of the time where I feel like nesting and collecting things for the winter, but also purging and making sure I don't go crazy in the winter with too much clutter and junk and just no place to put anything. And running my business in the house, all of my storage spaces have really been screwed up, and things are starting to be stored outside of closets. It's just a mess. I'm working on a solution to this. Hopefully I'll have an announcement soon. Not that it will affect you, but hopefully I have good news soon on how this whole business at home storage capacity stuff may be changing in the near future. So one of the things I was kind of doing is taking some antique samplers out of their frames, putting them in acid-free boxes to I had a closet just filled with antique samplers in frames. Some of the frames were not ones that I would like to keep. So I thought, well, I can free up space, and I was going through stitching, and I did find a little bit of stuff that I would like to send off to the finisher. I don't really have a lot of time to do finishing. Last year around Christmas, I grabbed a few smalls and did some finishing. I don't remember if I showed them to you. I'm going to show you one. I don't remember if I showed them to you or not. But I really only had time to do like basic pillows and stuffing. So I thought, you know what? I am going to send off some finishes to Hobby Lobby, which I did. And send some smalls off to the finisher, which I have not done, but I'm going to show you what I have pulled together. So this is one of the things last year at Christmas that I finished myself. And this was a Brenda Gervais. Gosh, I don't remember. I feel like it was during COVID. I don't know if it was a freebie. I don't remember. You know what? I don't know how you get this. I guess if you need to find out, you can ask me and I will find out the information. But this was cute. She had little like peppermints that you could like stitch and wrap in cellophane, which I hadn't done, but I have the cellophane. At some point I may do that. But I just put some Lady Dot Creates velvet and stuffed it. I have no trim. And see, I'm not that good. I'm not that good. So it'll be fine if I put some trim on it. I do stuff really firmly. But I'm going to send stuff off to the finisher. It's worth, I can afford it. It's worth my time. And it'll come back much better than this. So I might show that again at Christmas with the info. So I had done that, but I was like, oh, I've got stuff. A couple of these I will finish myself, and I'll show you why. And then some of them I'm sending off to the finisher. So one thing I did this year was, I tend to like big projects, but I have so many designers I like that have smalls, like Blackbird and Stacy Nash and like Plum Street and Teresa Kogut do have smalls, but they're stitch heavy, so even their smalls are like quite the undertaking. Stacy Nash is one where I love her smalls, and I have thought I need to just pull out more and more of those, check them off my list, and kind of get through my list of Stacy Nash. There's very little that she designs that I don't just love. I love her aesthetic. So earlier this year, I had pulled this out. I think I did it in a weekend. It was very quick. It's the Seek Goodness Pinkeek Drum and Strawberry Emery. So it's an old chart. It's got the color photo. I think I have these. I think I have some of these on my website on needleandflax.com. So it's still in print. It's still a chart that you can buy. I love that finish. I just love this whole thing. So I'm going to send this off to a finisher. Do I remember what I stitched it on? No, I do not. So this is, it's one color. What's the color? It is not on the, wait a minute, I'll tell you what the color is. Gosh. Well, I don't know. All right, I'm wasting too much time looking for the color. It's a one color floss. One strand of floss over 2 threads. Where's the floss color? Oh, DMC 3787. I don't think that's what I used. I think I just... Don't listen to what I say. I think I just picked a grayish, green-ish. I don't have the thread with it, or else I would tell you. So that's the drum, and I think it's going to be super cute. It was a very quick stitch. I did it on 36. For Stacy Nash, for her charts, I like to stitch on 40, but so much of her stuff, I like the size that it comes out, so I will stitch on whatever she calls for so that the finished product comes out looking like she had it. And this one, it was 32 count. So that's 32 count, and it was 1/2. And I think the coverage is pretty good. I don't remember the color because it's been a while since I did this. So I'm going to send this off and get that finished. Let's see. Oh, okay. So last September, I went to Hobby House for the Scarlet House Vicki Jeanette retreat. And I decided to take a start and pull the threads while I was at Hobby House because I kind of don't need much. I have a lot of stash and I try to buy other stuff. But I thought, well, this was when I was in my small mode. I'll pull stuff for a chart and work on it. And I almost finished it believe it or not, I stitched and almost finished it that weekend. And I changed the colors. Did I write those colors down? No, I did not. But it was very fun, and I need to send this off to the finisher so that possibly I can have it out this Christmas. So it is Best Time of the Year by Brenda Gervais. And I did it on 40 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. This is a great color. And I decided to do it in silk. And I had a lot of fun. I am going back to Hobby House this September for Vicki and Tanya's next retreat. That'll be fun. I can't wait. So I did it all in Belle Soie. So it's like a green, a grayish, light green. It was like 4 colors. And so if you can see, the difference is on Brenda's pattern, it's a very bright white here. The green is much more kermity. It's a bright green. And then the red, you know, she tends to do, oh gosh, like orangey reds, which are pretty, and sometimes I like them, but sometimes I like more of a bluish undertone red, like a deeper red. So yeah, so that's how I did it. And rather than doing the white, I did a lighter grayish green. And Belsois silks are variegated, so it's got a little movement in it. I really like the way it came out. So I'm going to have that finished into a pillow, hopefully this year. That's a great pattern. These like little Brenda Gervais wordy, I love them. And that's the first one I've done. They move really, really quick. I kind of felt like Tara Sullivan stitching that. I got it done like this. Okay, sorry, I was getting a phone call there. So, God, I guess I have a lot of Brenda Gervais. This one I stitched more than a year ago. I don't know if I ever showed it. This is okay, bleep that. I cannot believe I just said a cuss word. Forget. God. Oh, I'm acting like I'm talking to my friends. I apologize. Well, fudge. I did this a long time ago. This is With Thy Needle and Thread, Wool and Flax. God, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, moving on. Because I don't edit, so you're just going to hear it. This is Wool and Flax. And I believe I did the called for. Oh gosh, I don't remember. It's pretty much the called for colors. If I have them, I do called for, or if the linen requires something different, I'll do something different. But I'd like to have that finished into a little pillow. I stitched it on, it is a 40 count, so it's tiny. Oh gosh, it's a Fiber on a Whim that was gifted to me from my little friend, Liz, the Wandering Stitcher. She's my little friend because she's tiny, short, and I'm tall and big. We're like the Skipper and Gilligan, right? I call her my little friend. Shoot, what did she give me? She stitches on 46. Fiber on a Whim. I think this is Affogato. And you can't tell, but it's a really green piece of Affogato, which is why she was like, I'll never stitch on it. And she gifted it to me, and it was perfect for this. Yeah, it's actually very green. Very green, but it's perfect for that. I think I told you last time that last year I finished an animal cracker. Whitaker by Stacy Nash. I don't love the background fabric I chose. I just did Zweigart Mocha. I did it on 36 count, again, so it would be the size that she wanted. I feel like the snowman's not super bright. Called for colors. You know, next animal crackers, I'm hoping to really make sure that there's more contrast. Because some of this background fabric does show when it's cut out and finished. And then I did the little tree. See, there's a little disc with the tree. And I think when that'll pop when it's finished. So that is going to the finisher. These next two I think I can do on my own. I may have shown them before. They're both Brenda Gervais. Back when this came out, I ordered the kit from Country Sampler, which included all the finishing. And it's Happy Birthday America. So I don't know if they still do, but when you ordered it, you got the box and you got the pedestal and all the finishing doodads, which I have. So, and it came with this linen and that. I didn't stitch, there's a little bow on the bird's neck, and I didn't stitch it, and I'm not sure I will. I haven't decided. I'm pretty sure I can finish that on my own. That's not terribly hard. I just have to take the time to do it. And the other finish I have, now this might be a little hard for you, but you could do something with it. So this is a Lone Elm Lane clamp, like needle cushion box, and there are patterns. I think Lone Lane made some. They no longer, as far as I know, make the wood pieces. You may be able to find this at some stitch shop somewhere. I don't know if you can find it online or if it's one of those things that if you ever find in your travels at a local stitch shop. They're kind of pricey. They were well made. There's a drawer here. And then you put your stitching in the top. I have a few Lone Elm Lane pieces that I've never put anything in. So what I stitched for it, which is made for it, is Rest Thy Needle by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And this I can definitely finish on my own. I did stitch this year. So it would go, let's see if I could do this. It would go in here as a pin cushion. And I kind of thought that this terracotta color, it kind of, watch what you say, Rachel. Okay, this, okay. All right, I feel like the colors go well with this terracotta clamp. So, and this is mostly called for, but I thought that was pretty, and I can definitely finish that. That's just covering this foam board and putting some batting in there and getting that done. Okay, so what else do I have to show you? This is a debate. I don't think I have time for everything. One of the things I have worked on recently is some punch needle. When I had my friends here, we did a girls week. This is our second year doing it. We're doing it again next year up in northern Michigan, and I had brought my punch needle. Teresa Kogut was there, and she was working on her punch needle, so we were both sitting there just making noise and punching away. And I got a little bit done. If you watch Teresa's video, she was working on, she has a new punch needle that's like Americana themed, that's like an eagle. I have to order that chart for my shop. She just released it this week, and it's adorable. She was working on punching that. This was in June. So I had brought a punch needle to start. I already had one going, and I thought, well, I'm going to punch because I could talk and do that and whatever. So this is an old tattered flag pattern. I love buying their patterns because she sells kits, and it comes with the weaver's cloth already ready to go, and all of your, she does Valdani usually. Valdani and some of her own overdyed threads that they sell. So I thought I would start this, which I did. And then here, I'll show you what I have started. It's like a little baby table runner. So this is what I did at my friend retreat. I'm a tight punch needle person. I really pack the loops in there. But if you can tell, I use a frame that has like the little needles that hold your thread on it. I bled on it, cut my hand right up, bled on that to start off, and then I started going, and I was doing great with the blue, and I decided to fill in the red, and my Valdani just completely, this doesn't happen often, but something happened. It's like a ball of knots. So I've got to order more of that before I can go back to this project. But it's easy to pick up and work on when you just have a few moments. So I've kind of gotten back into punch needle the last couple years. This is another old tattered flag, which is, you know, I have to wait and get that red Valdani before I can go back to the patriotic. It may not be till next year because, well, I don't know. It's not going to be anytime soon. Who knows? Maybe I'll start a fall or a Christmas one soon. Gosh, my eyes look really huge in this. Okay. They're reading glasses. So this, I don't have the pattern with me. It's one of their springtime. It's Old Tattered Flag. Oh, Hint of Spring is what it's called. From 2024. So I really just have to do the background on this, and that punch needle will be done. I think it'll be pretty. It's kind of every day. It's not necessarily spring. But I'd like to get a fall one going for sure, because I'm really in the mood for fall. Oh, what else do I have? Okay, so I pulled some projects that you never know I would like to work on soon. They're kind of whips. First one is... Da, 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 da. This is Virtue by Lottie Da. I may have shown this before. It's very fall colors. This is another pattern that's on my website if you're interested. I'm doing it on 40 count dirty teacup. This is an orphan linen. So you can see it had a dye spot on the corner, but the rest of the fabric was fine. So, whoa, upside down and fine. So that was my start last year. I was in the mood for fall colors. I don't have a lot done, but it's a very fun stitch. And it's another one that's not big. So I pulled that out to maybe work on a little bit over the next couple months. What do I have here? Oh, samplers. At some point this year, I've shown this a million times. A lot of times I take this to retreats. I would love to get this finished. Scarlet Letter, Mary Bailey. I love this sampler. I actually have an antique that is very similar with the two guys, the cartouche, the house. I'll have to show it at some point. Very similar. I was very excited to get that antique. This is 36. It's all done in DMC. 36 platinum, I think, by Zweigart. And I may have shown this before. Oh, I know I've shown it before. So I have, I have a bit of it done. Let me lean back. Ooh, it's big. But it's very enjoyable. So about once a year I get kind of in the mood to work on this. And that is a whip that I like to pull out from time to time. This one I would love to get finished. It's not necessarily that I get in the mood for it, but it's so close to being done. And I've shown this to you before. This was a kit from Country Sampler. It is Ellen Carr, 1843. It's got kind of patriotic colors. It's by Needlework Press. It is available to the public now, but this is the Country Sampler conversion. So I can't give y'all the details on it. You'd have to buy the kit from them. But this is their version of the coloring of that chart. And I have so much done, and it's not terribly big, that I would love to get that finished. Get more progress on it. And it's fun. When I pull it out, it's fun to work on it. It moves pretty quick. So, and it's done in overdyed cottons. It's a great, I think it's a week's linen for that one. This one is not quick and easy. I've seen finishes. I've shown it to you before. It is Teresa Kogut's Remember Me. It was a Patreon chart, and it is now available to everyone. And I am doing this on Needle and Flax Hawthorne. What count is this? 36. Oop. Wrinkled. So it has the vibe of like, oh shoot. That Scarlet Letter that Carol Saltbox is stitching on. ugh, my brain. Anyway, it has that kind of vibe with this border. If you watch Carol, you know what I'm talking about. I have so many things going on. My brain is just like, ugh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Love to, I won't finish that this year, but I'd love to get progress. It's very stitch heavy. This is one that I just have to pull out, and I've shown it to you before. It was a sort of limited edition. You can't get the chart anymore, but when I'm done with it, I'm going to give this away. So maybe I'll have a giveaway on here. This is Anne Morrison. Oop, 1830. Like I said, this is not by Hands Across the Sea. This is not available to purchase. You had to buy it when it was out. And once I'm done with it, there's no need for me to hold on to it. So I will do a giveaway at some point. Could be 2 years from now before I finish it. Could be next month. I mean, you just never know. So I did this on 40 count cream. So I got, no, it's not 40 count. It's 36. And I have a lot of it done. And the bottom section, the reason I kind of stopped, there's a lot of eyelets, and they just take a bit of time. I actually like doing eyelets, but I don't know. There's not much left on it. I just kind of have to do in here. And it's very pretty. I'd love to get it finished and framed. And so many people want the chart. I mean, why am I doing it in DMC? Why am I holding on to it and not finishing it when I can pass on that chart and make someone happy? Let's see. This is a Teresa Kogut. This was a Patreon stitch along. I know I've shown this. I only have the photocopied chart. Let's see. Not photocopied, but printed from Patreon. It's a booklet now. I also have the booklet. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I am doing it on 40 count Seraphim Prairie Grass, a fat quarter. This is, ooh, Strawberry Manor. This was her first stitch along in her Patreon, which I did not start. I started it after the stitch along was done. But again, I don't know. I've been in a Kogut mood the last 6 months or so, and just her colors she uses, they're fun. And she's one of those designers that the finished product, I mean, the pictures don't do it justice. The finished product is just so good. So that will be something that I will continue on. DMC. Teresa Kogut mostly uses DMC, and she will add a few overdyes. But as far as kitting it up, it's very inexpensive, and she knows her colors. So doing DMC is great. If you like silk, it's easy to do a conversion. This was a homespun needlework group kit that I purchased. It's now been, it's a regular release. Rose Hill Farm Sampler and Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. You can get it. I did not use the kit linen. I am using, again, Needle and Flax Hawthorn, and have not picked it up in a while. About 2 years to be exact. I remember working on it, not this past market, but the market before. My little friend Liz and I did a video, and I was working on this in the hotel in Cincinnati. And I really haven't worked on much since then. It was still an exclusive. It was a newer exclusive when I was doing that. So, I've got that. And then one other thing I wanted to show you. So, okay, so on my last video, right now I'm sitting at my dining room table. You've got a lovely view of my roof from my porch. I had a couple of things that people commented on. I had a different quilt here, and somebody had asked what the pattern was. It was tulips, and it was an antique, and this is an antique as well. So I have a nice little bundle of antiques, and so my thought with getting this shelf, which is a shelf, it was on Amazon. It's wood, but was to have a place to sort of rotate and display so that they don't get a ton of sunlight and dust and all of that stuff, but that I could look at them and they wouldn't be. I have quilts that I use and then quilts that are more decor, and a lot of the antique ones are more decor. So I just kind of thought I would switch this up every so often for myself. And so the previous quilt, I have no idea what the pattern was because it was an antique, and this is an antique as well. But I also had someone comment on this little Row Pottery beverage cooler. It's from, God, I think it's from the 90s that they sold it. I love it. I love the blue stoneware. And I had a comment on it that somebody had that. I have a big collection of stoneware stuff. And they had said they were going to do the little stoneware pillows, or were working on them, or had done them. Sorry, I can't remember. So I pulled this out because I have a whole little pile of charts that are blue, basically blue charts, kind of in a style that I like. And I put them all, this was a So Much to Love bag that a viewer gifted me, kind of when I first started Flosstube. And so I have all of them in this one bag. I've only started one thing from these charts, and I may have shown you. So a few years ago, I had started Quaker Christmas samplers from Carriage House, and it's a blue. It's kind of not a normal Christmassy color, but I started that. I'm going to finish that this year. And the color that I chose, that project bag came with this little thing. So I have needlepoint silk. Okay, I have a hank. I have a hank of it. $9.26. This is their Atlantic Blue range. And so I have the one hank of silk for all of these charts. So I'm going to show you some of the blue and white charts. So that's what I'm stitching the Carriage House in. That's an older chart. You can still get them if your local needlework shop doesn't have it. At some point I had some in my website, but it can still be ordered if you wanted to do that and look for it. I have a dog that wants to go outside. Hold on a minute. I'm going to see if I can get through a couple more things. So I have a few more blue and whites. He's going to start coming and barking at me. Winston, stop. All right, hang on. Okay. Wouldn't be a Needle and Flax video without 8 million interruptions. And I don't edit. Good Lord, I can't believe I cursed on the film. Okay, never mind. Oh, gosh. Okay, where was I? Okay, so blue and white. This is another one that I love. I have a big coverlet collection. Well, not big, but I do have a coverlet, antique coverlet collection. And I love this. Beth Twist at Heartstring Samplery actually has, I think, a few coverlet patterns. They're older. You may have to look for them. But this one is Summertime Coverlet. Oh, gosh. Do you know how amazing this would be on Thornfield? Holy Moses. It would be beautiful. So that's one I'd like to do. I have this very old one. I don't even know where I got it. I've had this for years. I probably bought it at some thrift store. This is the Needle Love Company Country Stoneware. So this kind of looks like the blue on Crocs, on antique Crocs and stuff. And I thought that would be fun. I have Scattered Seed samplers. I don't know what color this is. $9.24, it is the blue. Peace and Plenty scissor mat. I thought that would be very pretty in that blue. Just off the top of my head, I was thinking maybe a Dolly Madison with the blue. Be pretty. And then this is the one I think that we were talking about in the comments. The Stoneware Pillows 3 by Priscilla's Pocket. I know that Country Sampler sells these. But again, it's like the stoneware, like the antique stoneware emblems, and then you can put them in a bowl. I thought for like home decor, it would be very, very pretty. Kind of matches my aesthetic. So I've got that all together with this one color of NPI. I don't have all the linens with it because the only one I'm currently working on is the Quaker Christmas. But I mean, how easy is that to just put them all in one? What is this? Okay, so I can also tell you, because I left the label on it, this is 40 Count Sheep Straw by R&R. It's a pretty color for the Merry Christmas. And I've got plenty of room if I wanted to do the other ones on sheep straw too. I've got a weird long skinny piece. I probably bought it at a shop. That's 40 count. I bought it at a shop as a, it's like, what do you call it, a skinny half? Somebody was probably doing some long skinny piece. Who knows? Who knows where I got that? I've had it for years. So that's kind of the stitching I was going to show you. Now hopefully I have more, but I got to save some content for some other videos. So one of my big announcement, I'm going to go over that right now, is over the last few years, I've had a lot of people asking me to do a Fabric of the Month club or some kind of fabric club. For the people that like Needle and Flax linens, it goes out very regularly. It just sells very quickly. So I am pumping it out to different stores. A lot of the shop owners tell me it usually sells out within the first day that they have it, based on how whether they have an online presence or in-store shopping or whatever. I've had some of the stores that have online shops tell me it sells out within a few hours. Which when I do pre-orders on my website, I kind of know how that goes. So I've had a lot of people ask me for Fabric of the Month clubs, and I've never been interested in doing that. It's a lot of work. It's a big commitment. There's just a myriad of reasons why at this point or at that point, I just don't really see myself doing that. But I thought, well, what's a way that I could do something similar that's maybe not fabric going out every month. So I have started a Patreon, and I'm going to explain it to you here. 2 of the tiers will have fabric. And so that is one way that you could get fabric on a regular basis and get some other benefits as well. So I'm kind of just going to explain it to you. There's a few needlework creators on Patreon right now, not a ton. I'm a member of Teresa Kogut. You have Liz Matthews. You have Fox and Rabbit. Nora Corbett. Oh gosh, Artsy Housewife, I think, has one. There's a small amount, not as many as maybe, let's say, people that have YouTube channels, Flosstube channels. So I decided this would be a fun way, number one, for me to get more content out, to do sort of a club, to have a small group of stitchers that have easier access to my linen. And I think it's just going to be fun for everybody. Now, if Patreon's not for you, or you aren't interested in a subscription, this is going to be really great for you as well, because my YouTube Flosstube videos will premiere in Patreon a couple days before they premiere just on regular YouTube. So if you don't sign up for the Patreon, you're going to benefit as well, because you're going to get a lot more videos from me, more regular. I probably will have questions about the First Ladies. That series is staying on YouTube for everybody. But as I go through these tiers right now, I'm going to tell you what you get in the Patreon if you're interested. And there's going to be some extras for the history people. But like I said, First Ladies will stay on YouTube for everybody. So here we go. I am going to link the Patreon at the bottom. If you don't use Patreon, it's kind of like a mashup of like an Instagram, a blog, a YouTube. It's for extra content, and you pay a subscription fee like you would to Hulu or Netflix or whatever. And everybody offers different things. So I've kind of tried to make mine similar to what other needleworkers offer, but then again, different enough that mine's a little different. If I have a lot of questions, I may do a separate video, and I'll call it something like Patreon Explained, and I'll go into even further detail. But for right now, I'm going to do a little overview of what you'll get if you sign up for my Patreon. So there's 4 tiers. Tier 1 is $7 a month. That is the lowest tier. So here's what you're going to get if you're at the low tier. It is early access to my Flosstube videos, sneak peeks. You get access to any content that is in Patreon only. So videos, lives, you'll be able to join Zooms if I do some Zooms. I'll have polls probably on different linens and things that I offer to Patreon members or future releases of colors. I'm going to throw it out in Patreon first, have you guys vote on what I should release, colors you like, colors you want. You'll get early access to my linen pre-sales at needleandflax.com. So every so often I will announce a color that I have available for pre-order on needleandflax.com. The Patreon members will get access to it first. It doesn't mean that it will run out because Patreon tends to be a smaller group, and I will make sure that the general public also gets it. But that lower level, you will get notice first before it's announced to anybody else. And you'll also get 5% off on my website, needleandflax.com. So it's not a huge discount, but it will help with shipping. My shipping is a flat rate of $6 right now. So depending on what you buy, it's going to take a little bit off of that for sure. And so that's what you get for tier 1. Extra Rachel. And some, financial benefits to that as well. Tier 2, I'm calling that like a history lovers tier. So you get everything that tier 1 gets, all of the early access and all of that, but you're also going to get some video content that from this level up will get that tier 1 will not get, and that will include some history videos. I'm hoping to do Dolly Madison in the next week on Flosstube, and I am going to do some extra history videos in the Patreon. So there will be extra First Lady stuff. There will be other history pieces. With the 250th anniversary of our country coming up, I thought, oh my gosh, it would be such a great time to do some really fun American history, like profiles and history of different things over the next year. So this is the perfect time to have that. And I'm also going to do some reviews and things of all the places I travel. So all the different historical places, presidential libraries, First Lady's Museum, I go there every so often, things like that. There's going to be video and posts and maybe like a little reference to it. And that will be in Patreon, and that's tier 2. That's $12. So here's what else you get in that tier. You will get access to, you'll get 10% off at needleandflax.com. But from tier 2 and up, I have a secret shop. If you're in Teresa Kogut's, she also has this. I think Fox and Rabbit has one. There is a secret shop that is only for Patreon members, and it's going to look very different from needleandflax.com. So you will have access to that. There will be exclusives in there. There will be colors that are only offered to Patreon members. Or at least exclusive to them for a year. They may end up going out to the general public, but the Patreon members will get those colors first. Any colors that I retire out of my regular line will always be available in that secret shop, and they will have separate pre-orders if you are a Patreon member and have the password and access to that secret shop. I was building the website yesterday, Right now, I have a couple of pre-orders for a couple of colors in there. And over the next couple of months, that shop will grow as far as what I have to offer. It's just going to get bigger and better. So if you sign up soon, this week, whatever, right now it's a couple of pre-orders, but there's going to be more. I plan on kits for charts with my called for linen. Like I said, exclusive colors. Any color that I retire will always be available in there. Pre-orders that are available more often. Some non-stitchy things, some merch. There's quite a bit that I'm going to put in there. So it's going to be very different. So you'll have access to both. 10% off at needleflax.com, and then access to this secret shop. And that is from tier 2 and then 3 and 4. So I'm trying to think. Tier 3, my brain's just going 18 miles a minute. Tier 3 is going to be $25 a month, and this is where the Linen Club begins. That is $25 a month. You get everything I talked about before from tier 1 and tier 2, access to the secret shop, all the video content. You get 10% off in tier 3 at needleandflax.com. But the way I've styled the linen is you will get linen 4 times a year. It's going to be a surprise color, but it will be out of my main catalog. There's not going to be like weird colors that I'm trying out on you. These are going to be from my regular catalog colors like Steinbeck and Dirty Teacup and Mackinac Fudge, and it'll just rotate, so it'll take a while to get through the full catalog. So in tier 3, you get a fat quarter in any count. I'm going from 16 Ada all the way up to 46. 4 times a year, and it's going to be mystery box style. So it's going to be packaged different than the way you get linen from my regular website. It's going to be kind of gifty in a box. And it's also going to have some little needlework extras with it, right? Like kind of mystery box style. So you get maybe skeins of silk or thread or corner gauges or stickers or just fun surprise things in the box. And that'll be 4 times a year for a fat quarter of one color, with your little extras in there. And to get the linen, you have to be, if you sign up in the future, you have to be a consecutive member for at least 3 months. You can't just sign up right before I send the linen and drop out kind of thing. The linen will be sent out 4 times a year, and it will be numbered. So you won't know when it's coming, but you will be able to keep track and make sure you get your 4 pieces throughout the year. I will announce it in the Patreon. But it's kind of going to be a surprise, and that kind of wards off people signing up just to get a piece of, dropping in and out of the Patreon and sort of getting the benefit, but not really, quite honestly, fully paying for it. So that'll be 4 times a year. And I'm going to, well, I'll talk about that later. But anyway, that's a fat quarter. For those of you that, like myself, I do a lot of big pieces. I don't always want a fat quarter. Tier 4, the big difference is that you're going to get a fat half. So it's $39 a month. You will get a 15% discount. So the discount on needleandflax.com goes up. You get access to the secret shop. Tier 3, you also get access to the secret shop, but you will get a fat half instead of a fat quarter. So really the difference between tier 3 and 4 is a price difference, but you're also getting more linen. And a little bigger. Tier 4 gets a little bigger discount at needleandflax.com. So hopefully that explains everything. I'm going to have needlework content. There's going to be posts with, you know, speaking and pictures. I'm going to do live events. I was going to bring back stitching in our house coats. Now that I'm 50, I have a few more like legit pajama-y house coaty things. We'll do some Zooms. The lives and the Zooms probably won't be till later in the fall. Because like I said, I'm working on my setup and my area and where I can do something like live videos. So it's going to be a couple months before I launch one of those. But what's great about it is it's a smaller group of people. If you want linen, if you want access to that secret shop where you can do a lot of pre-orders and get some ready-made linen ready to ship, it's going to be in that secret shop. Not to say that I'm ignoring needleandflax.com. That will still happen over there, but that is very random and maybe won't be as often as it will be in the secret shop. I hope that makes sense. I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring people that don't sign up for this. I'm doing extra for people that sign up for this, but everything as I've been doing it will kind of stay the same if you don't want to or aren't in a position to sign up for Patreon. But I thought, well, this is a good way. It's kind of a linen of the month. It's not really a linen of the month club, but it's a way to get the linen regularly. At some point, you will have like the full catalog of colors. Patreon is fun because based on your budget, you can jump back and forth between tiers. You can drop in and out. You can do monthly. You can pay for a full year at a time. I pay for Teresa's for a full year. If you try it and don't like it, it's not a big deal to pop in and out. Or you might be at tier 4 and get a fat half and realize you only want a quarter and want to drop down to tier 3. You may be in a linen tier and decide, I got to back off. It's not my budget, or I have too much linen. You can go down to a lower tier where you still get the content and a little discount. And then maybe a year from then you've used some and you want to go back up. Patreon's very good about that. You're not really locked in for a certain dollar amount for any period of time. Like I said, the only difference would be if you're in a linen tier, you have to be in the linen tier for 3 consecutive months to be eligible for the next mailing of mystery box linen. So hopefully I've explained that. Hopefully you understand the tiers are explained in Patreon. It's a very easy app to use. It's suggested that when you sign up from a computer. You can view Patreon from a computer, a tablet, or a phone. It is an app you can download, but when you first sign up, it's suggested you actually sign up on a computer to find your tiers. And you can look at what some of the other needlework creators offer. I'm going to be showing a lot of my antiques, some of my collections. So some of it will be needlework related, some of it not. I do have some designs in the hopper. That's not going to be immediate, but that's coming up. So I will keep adding to these tiers. The price won't change, but I will be adding some extra benefits as time goes on, because I'd like to give you a lot for your money. And when you have a subscription, it's kind of a paid job, so the content will be regular. And the people that just watch it on Flosstube will benefit from it as well, because my regular Flosstube videos will go to Patreon first and a couple days later go out on YouTube. So I won't have a gap again like I did in the next year, because this is a new part of my job that I decided to do. And I'm hoping that it benefits you guys a lot and gets people more linen more regularly. So that's my big news. I will put a link to the Patreon in the box. Like I said, it's a new format for me, not as a member going on there and going through it. It's a very fun platform. Don't be discouraged by it. If you can do Facebook and Instagram and all those, you can manage Patreon. But as a creator, I haven't used it yet, so there could be some hiccups along the way. I haven't posted a video in there yet. I think this week and next I might be posting a lot of pictures and updates that way, and then work on getting a Patreon only video in there pretty quick. But like I said, there's probably going to be a little learning curves and some hiccups. If you have questions, reach out to me. Comment on here if you would like a separate video in the next week or two going over this again. I may do it anyway, because I know that as time goes on, there will be questions. But I'm learning just like you. I'm learning how to post in there. Teresa Kogut gave me some hints when I was hanging out with her in June. She has a phenomenal Patreon. Oh my gosh. It's like my favorite. She's the bar. She sets the bar high. I would like to meet that bar and maybe beat her pants off and do even better. I doubt that'll happen. But I hope you enjoy that. If you are interested, I would love for you to join. I'm pretty excited that the top 2 tiers that have linen are limited. So the group is going to be smaller than the general public. And so what's really fun, especially in other Patreons I've been in and like Teresa's, the group is smaller. You kind of get to know some of the people that are in it through the lives and the chatting and the posting and the commenting. So it's fun. It'll be a fun needlework community, and hopefully we can all get to know each other better. And you'll definitely get to know me better because there will be more than just stitching in there. I have a lot of ideas. And yeah, so I hope you like it. I will be back here for a regular Flosstube video, not next week, but the week after is what I'm hoping. I will have more stitching. I have some framing, some older pieces that you've seen, but I had taken them to Hobby Lobby. They should be calling me any day for a pickup. And I have some more I'm going to drop off. I've decided that I have plenty of stash. I still buy linen and thread and stuff, but for right now I have so many charts that I'm really trying to put my money into finishing things and getting things like completely done. I'm kind of in the mood for fall. It's August. That's when my fall mood hits. I'm ready for no more heat, warmer clothes, hot drinks, hot food, fall stitching, smells of like cinnamon and maple and pumpkin and all the good things. Fall is my favorite. So I may even have next time some fall ideas and stitching that I would like to work on, because that's what's been on my brain for a few weeks now. It always hits in August. I decorate my house in I usually start around Labor Day. This year I'm going to Hobby House. The retreat with Vicky and Tanya is like right after Labor Day. It's pretty early. So a lot of times I start my fall decorating Labor Day. I don't know if I'll start it at the end of August or if I'll wait till after I get back. But I'm very excited to pull out some fall, just even if it's still hot in summer, like just kind of get mentally that fall vibe going. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. And I hope I will see you soon. I may see you here or in Patreon or both. And I'm pretty excited about this. So if you have questions, let me know. Oh, and I will go over the celebration linen. I have info on that. I don't have time to do it on this video, but I will do sort of an explanation on the celebration, Rosewood Manor, the blue I showed you last time. I've got some ideas for that, and I'm trying to do, anyway, I'll go into it later, but I haven't forgotten about it. That will be coming up soon for you to order the blue, and there will be a way to get it without the chart, because I had a lot of people comment that they already have the chart. So that's going to be a limited edition sort of release coming up soon, but I want to explain some things about it first. So anyway, I will go over that next time and talk about the blue color. I already have a name for it. You'll find that out later. And yeah, so I will see you soon. I am back, and I'm back on a regular basis. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to see you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye.